that peace between us is also out of the question.
And what role do I play in your plans?
Rostland wants to regain its independence, and we will regain it. The power the Isians hold over us is humiliating and costly. And the Sertovas won't give us our freedom without a fight. That is, unless there is some external power that can force everyone to sit down and talk. Do you see where this is going? The stolen lands are disputed territory. Brevoy can't appropriate them without raising protests from each of the neighboring states. However, if some brave people were to found independent states on that land, it would be another matter entirely. My hope is that you and your future neighbors, Baron Hannes Drelev and Captain Mager Varn, will become our allies. But even your neutrality would introduce a powerful counterbalance to the aggression of the noble houses. Maybe, with your help, the inevitable division of Brevoy can occur without too much pain.
Don't the Swordlords have any other foreign allies capable of playing this role?
We hope to get some help from the Maivani Eldori, the descendants of the Swordlords who have fled from Koral's rage to build a new nation in the south. But the Isians know this well, and are doing everything they can to deny us this help. I won't go into details, but if my intelligence is correct, if a civil war starts in Brevoy, Maivan will be too occupied with its own inner troubles to interfere.
What part does Restov play in this game?
Restov is a free city, proud of its independence from everyone, including the Aldori Swordlords. But when it comes to Rostland's liberation, our goals align. This whole plan is our joint creation with Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius.
If Natalia is already here, why did she let you grant me the title?
Actually, she could still intervene and disrupt the proceedings. But she's a Sertova. Their games are always complex and multi-layered. They're always looking for ways to turn defeat into victory. If she's decided to allow you to become a baroness, it means she already has some idea of how she can turn it to her benefit. Let's consider how she could do so. Maybe she understands that Rostland will inevitably separate and she doesn't want a war. In that case, new states in the Stolen Lands give the Isians a reason to sit down and talk without losing face. But that's an optimistic view, and truth be told, it doesn't quite match up with what we've come to expect from the Sertovas. The more likely scenario is that Natala wants to win you over to her side. If war breaks out and at least one of you stabs us in the back, Rostland will be surrounded by enemies. That might be enough to bring about our downfall. But you would fall first, and your newly formed states would be left in ruin. The Isians always like to have someone around to pull their chestnuts out of the fire for them. A piece of friendly advice? Don't do business with House Sertovas, no matter what promises they make you. Any deal with the noble houses is a deal with devils.
What happens next?
How should I know? We're in the middle of a big game. And today, you move from being merely a piece on the board to being one of the players.
Thank you for the explanation.
I hope you have a better understanding of what's at stake.
Cool, but I need an envoy.
Don't think I'm trying to impose a nanny or a spy on you. We're neighbors now. You'll need someone knowledgeable about Brevoy's politics to act as an ambassador to your court. If you don't like Casil, you're free to choose someone else, but I won't be able to vouch for the loyalty or trustworthiness of another envoy.
Thank you.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
Well, well. Oh, Jaital. They call this a feast. I'd show them some real festivities if they'd let me. Oh god, please don't. Lindsay, pour up to the brim so that, oh, I must be drunk. I forgot the line. Well, Tartuccio, well, scum, how did we... maybe I've had one too many. Magar Varn, which is super interesting because we'll be playing him, well, with him soon. This man is obviously more comfortable in the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, as though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of gray running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and firm handshake. Let me introduce myself. I'm Magar Varn, the new ruler of Dunsword, your neighbor to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. How did you earn the title of baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamendi Eldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Varnling hosts. Have you heard of us? No? No matter. We've done work for Jamendi before. This time the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared it of the most brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place. And for that, a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel being a noble? Looking at his rich clothes, Varn smirks. Like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. He nods towards an arrogant man in the other corner of the room. See that lad? Baron Drelev. He's not like us. Who knows what generations of baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand. You and me, we're like dirt beneath his booth. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. Cool. Well, I mean, good to talk to you. Goodbye. Once you settle in, come pay us a visit. I will. Also, he looks pretty cool. Uh-oh.
Will you drink with me?
Oh, yeah, her. I am planning on playing it, yeah. Oh, yeah, I've heard I heard you need to play it before the end of Act 2, but that it doesn't matter when. I didn't realize it was like better to play it right away. If it is, then we'll play it right away. It's fine. You see Casey approaching, the tiefling you met during the battle at Jamendi Eldori's mansion. As she draws near, she places one of the cups of wine she's holding into your hand. Of course, to beauty.
To beauty. It sweetens our happy days and brings solace to our dark and sorrowful ones. But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldery might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
No need to apologize. I don't expect everyone I meet to immediately fall under my charms and entrust me with all their secrets.
How amusing. Usually those who don't seek affection are the very ones who receive it. Anyway, enough sweet talk. There is something important I wanted to tell you. As it happens, I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine, possibly full of great treasures? A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Kadira, and it just so happens to be located in the lands that today become rightfully yours. My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
What could be better than a treasure hunt? I'm ready.
I'm sure you'd like to finally gain your official title and celebrate your victory. And I don't like noisy parties and ceremonies. Find me when you return to your dominion. I'll rent a house in your capital. We can discuss the details of our expedition there. So long, friend. I'll call you so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is, Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
Saluting you with the cup, the tiefling girl steps back and disappears into the shadows between the columns. Cool. I like her already, so yeah, sure, man. We'll play it then. That makes sense. The wine is all right, nice and strong, but the appetizers, barely a mouthful. I mean, obviously. Hey, 50 cheer from player. Thank you so much, man. Holy shit. All the support, bro. Thank you very much. A handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17 years old looks at you with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be a baroness. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander. No name, no last name, no title. Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I'm no heir to one of Brevoy's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, I am an heir. Okay, it's not no, he is. But believe me, a newly appointed baroness with no connection will do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself, not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jamendi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. How are you from Restovic nobility? No, are you from Restovic nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. Please tell me again what you're doing here. I travel the country in secret without servants so I can see it for myself. Okay, yeah, you said that before. Tell me what you want from me. I know Jiminy wants to impose... dude, it's the same thing twice. That's fine. Tristan. These people are not just celebrating. It seems your feat is giving them new hope. A random guest. Aha! To victory, to freedom. Bottoms up, yes. Try the eclairs, they're delicious. Truth be told, I'm not really comfortable here. I lost my taste for high society. Well, great. Kenneth Drelev. This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baron Anis Drelev, he says, often emphasizing the word Baron. And you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name. But you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jamendi is granting you permission to take this place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your dominion? A smirk appears on the Baron's face. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamendi would have simply given all of the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons of the likes of you and Varn. So you have no army and no special merits. You were just given land for being pretty. Under other circumstances, I'd have you whipped for such words. But let's not ruin Lady Aldori's celebration. If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do so another time. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Ha! Politeness must be deserved. Well, F you too, bro. Not even deigning to reply, Baron Drelev turns around and looks away. Oh, harem. A feast in the time of pestilence, a ludicrous attempt to sink into reverie. To digress from contemplating one's own insignificance. Well, thank you, bro. Talk with Svenki Krieg. A Keeg. A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasps your hand tightly in his rough, calloused palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Erastil made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering in awe. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Esvenki Keeg, High Priest of Erastil in Restov. I see, so you fought beside Jamendi that night. Your god granted you impressive powers. Yes, I used to serve Erastil on the battlefield, but those days are long past. Now I call on the power to heal those who have fallen from a roof more often than anyone wounded by a sword. Of course, someone has to roam the forest and slay monsters, but I'm more useful to my congregation here, attending to more mundane affairs like hospitals, shelters, and charity fairs. I can try this. Bringing light to the Sultan is a difficult endeavor. It would be grateful for any help you could spare. Oh, I did it! This is a truly noble undertaking. I believe our community will be able to provide you with reasonable assistance. We will help you construct a shrine in your capital, free of charge. Do many people in Restov venerate Erastil? They revere many gods in Restov. They pray to Abadar, patron of cities, and Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some more rare cults, but there is no denying that the stag god has the largest congregation here, and no wonder. People here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. You dress surprisingly simply for such festive occasion. The corner of the priest's mouth turned up in a faint smile. The nobles dress in silks and satins to stand out from the poor. A priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. Well, it was an honor to meet you. Goodbye. May Erastil keep you. Great. I'll talk to them later. I want to talk to Yous. Ah, yes. I see old Restov hasn't changed a bit. Even the smell in the streets is the same. Natala Surtova is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Upon noticing you, she breaks into a sugary sweet smile. You were not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. Is this a threat? I would never. I simply wish to warn you in case you don't fully realize the fate that awaits you and your barony. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Eldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once a civil war breaks out, Yolens will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent Restov to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on even that, really. Well, what do you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses. The Aldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war, while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Jamendi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing your low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy Cassil? It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Shendra Merveille, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevoy politics than any brawler could be. The old woman standing next to Natala gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relation with Brevoy. I'll consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. Well, let's talk to... Today is a historic day for Restov and maybe for all of Brevoy. Joseph Salimius, an older man with full sideburns, looks at you with interest through a golden eyeglass. Well now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the protege of our dear Jamendi. You pulled this all off quite cleverly, I confess. I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best protection wine against you, but I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Eldori have always been adept at finding new talents. I don't believe we've been introduced. So it would seem. I am Joseph Salimius, Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So you rule Restov, and what about the Eldori? Brevoy's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here in this part of Rosland, the spirit of Norton freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course. May the gods prolong the life of His Highness. But here, far from the dominions of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It is especially important now after the certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Eldari Swordlords used to rule Rosland. They're still the largest landowners and main military force in the region, but it's not for nothing that Restov is called a free city. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayors from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage, but by their own merits. Oh yeah? Okay. What kind of events were you talking about? Mayor Selimus gives you a patronizing smile. Why? An aspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house Regarvia. Can you imagine it? Old man Coral conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house could just disappear into thin air. But once that exact thing happened, turned out nobody was ready for it.